Podcast unstable. Rebooting. 3, 2, 1. Enjoy the show.
Welcome to the very first Unstable podcast. My name's Bubbo. I'm here with Bob Blue.
Oh my god, the first episode. Let's go!
Let's go. We are unprofessional. We don't know what we're doing. Well, this is our first time, but hey, we're gonna get through it together.
Yeah, this is terrifying. Well, I wouldn't say terrifying. It's just, I don't know. This is not, we don't usually do this. We usually have like a game we're playing. This is like just audio.
Yeah, so I guess let's just start off. Actually, first of all, wherever you're listening to this, rate us 5 stars right now.
True, 5 stars.
5 stars. Help the podcast out.
Yes,
we would appreciate the support. But I guess let's get into it. So let's start off by asking you, what do you do, where you come from, how you're here, why you're here, all that kind of stuff.
And me? You're asking me?
Yes, I'm asking you.
Well, I was like, okay, it wouldn't make sense for you to be asking the viewer. I don't know why I even asked that. Okay, I'm Bob Blue. Hello? Hi. I make Minecraft videos. That's like such a weird introduction. It's like whenever you introduce yourself as that. That's literally all I do. I don't do anything. I play Minecraft.
All right. Well, like, where are you at in your life? Tell me about yourself. How old are you? What are you doing? Like, what are you doing in life?
Last year of high school, kind of a youngin', bit of a youngster. They call me a youngster on the streets.
They do.
I don't have a job except for it's YouTube. What about you? What about you, Bubba? Who are you? Okay,
well, first off, being in high school and doing YouTube as your job, that's pretty sick.
I would say, okay, what my opinion on that is that I think a lot of people that are in high school want to do YouTube, but nobody wants to put in like any time, so they just get like a Walmart job and they're like, yeah, this is nice, and then they just don't go for it. I'm like one of the few people who actually went for it, like, and just started doing YouTube, and it worked out. So
nothing wrong with Walmart jobs, by the way.
Nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with it. But I'm saying if you want to do YouTube, go for it. Do it.
You just got to put in the work. I mean, my channel was made like 12 years ago or something. I've been making videos for 12 years, and I'm just now, able to do it full time.
Just the bubble effect.
I mean, it takes time. Just put in the work, put in the hours.
And take what's ours. Let's go.
Exactly.
Oh my god.
Exactly. You asked about me?
Yes, Bubbo, I asked about you.
All right, I'm Bubbo, aka Elijah, if you care about my real name. But yeah, that's me. I'm 21 years old. I'm in college. I'm studying game design, so I'm kind of out here creating games and such. And I also do YouTube full time now, if you don't know who I am already. We both are Minecraft YouTubers. As odd as that sounds, it's a great job. It's a great community. Love where I'm at. I wouldn't change a thing.
You had so much more to say than I did. I feel like my introduction was lame.
I've been thinking about this for days. I can't mess it up. It's the first episode. We can't mess it up.
At least you're confident.
I suppose. So what are you wanting to do in the future? Like, as a profession, are you wanting to continue YouTube full-time content creation? Do you have something else you want to move to eventually, or what?
So ever since I was like, I don't know, really young, like 8 maybe, I've always like wanted to do some sort of like content, like YouTube. I don't know. So it's I kind of hope that I can keep doing YouTube as my job. Like, it'd be great. It's not really realistic, I guess, like in hindsight, when you compare the odds of me like doing really well on YouTube to doing well at like a trade job, like going to college for that.
Right.
But as of now, things are looking good. I don't really plan on going to college unless I do. I don't have any plans for it, because YouTube has been paying the bills thus far.
The bills. You don't have any bills.
I have a phone bill every month. Okay. I think YouTube would be a cool career path, but I'm ready to do a real job if this doesn't work out.
Yeah. Do you know like what you perhaps would do if it doesn't work out?
I wanted to be an English major, as weird as it sounds. I know English is like a really odd thing to major in, because apparently it's super useless, according to Ludwig, outside of college. But I don't know. I was always interested in like different types of like English, like poetry and words and all that. So maybe I'll go into it. I don't know. Probably not though.
Have you thought about creating music perhaps? Because I know or writing songs, not necessarily making the music, but like I know lyricists usually like to be creative with words.
I dabble. You know.
You dabble in songwriting?
I pick up the pen to hear it. No, I don't. I've never thought about it. Maybe I could. I've never really had the thought though. I know. Okay, I know you, Bubba. Though. Let's take a second. You're a bit of a musician yourself, Bubba. Come on.
A bit. I'm a bit of a musician. I guess I can talk about that a little bit.
Get into it.
Basically, when I was younger, like as a kid, even I thought music was dumb, and I'm talking like up to 4th grade. This is not, I was very young, but I thought music was, dumb, and I didn't really want to do anything with it. But then in 5th grade, I had a music teacher. It was like an elective type class, and basically the whole class had to sing and like kind of apply for like the honors choruses. So there's like state honors chorus, county honors chorus, and then like just honor chorus. And basically those different choruses, I saw what they did, all the kind of stuff they were doing. So in 5th grade, here I am, I go up to my audition, bang, I get in county honors chorus, which is like a pretty big deal, I guess. I was one of the best singers in the whole county. So I went with that. And after that, I kind of just liked music. And then come to like senior year of high school, I finally, started writing my own stuff. I learned music theory. I did musical theater all throughout high school, all 4 years. Had a few leads here and there, not to flex, but and then from there, I just started making my own music, and now I feel like I've gotten significantly better at it. I like doing it in my spare time. It's just the process. Like, the process is so cool. You can start with an absolutely blank project, and you just start throwing things in you think will sound good. You come up with some melodies, some lyrics. Next thing you know, you have a song, and it's a whole song, and it's like, wow, that's really cool. That's something I made, and it's something that other people can listen to, and it's something that, could potentially go somewhere in the future if it, is good enough or whatever, gets enough traction. So it's just something I do in my spare time, but I like doing it.
It's great.
I'm currently working on an EP, and that's set probably to come out like late February. So that's pretty exciting.
It's gonna be so good. It's gonna be so fire. I can't wait for you to drop that.
You've heard the songs.
I've heard some snippets. I've heard here and there. I'm excited.
But I'm pretty proud of what I've made so far. So I think that'll be really good.
I don't know. Like, it's kind of wild how just like I think making music for a lot of people is like people like probably at least once in their life have like thought about making some sort of like song or like I like had a melody in their head or something. But nobody, like, I guess, like, puts in the time to, like, actually learn how to write music or how to, like, record music and all that. So the few people the people that actually go through with it and, like, make something that's good, it's wild to me how far people can come.
I mean, music, just like any other, a hobby or activity or whatever, it takes time, and, I've been doing it for, like, 4 years now, and I'm still, like, a novice. I know nothing compared to, bigger artists and bigger producers. But, I mean, I have a long way to go. But I've definitely gotten better. And it just kind of takes practice and time, seeing what sounds good, whatever. But, yeah, I mean, it's just the same as everything else. You got to put in the work for it.
Sure. I think, so you asked me if I had ever been into songwriting. I'm not really music or songwriting, but I took a drama class in 9th grade. Oh? I was a drama kid. That? I was a theater kid for like a whole year. And I literally did acting for like a whole year at school. I would like go on stage. I would do lines, and I would read like scripts. I would write scripts. I don't know. It was a different era. And even in like 8th grade, I did like this whole, in front of my entire school, lip sync competition, where I have to like lip sync a song, me and my friends, and like actually like we have to like kind of dance in a way. And we chose Havana.
Oh no!
And I kind of popped off. I was. Me and my friend were like the dancers. Like we had moves. We kind of popped off. I was a bit of a theater kid. Okay, I can't lie. I was.
I believe it. So I like,
dabbled.
Did you like do anything with that? Did you play in any? Were you in any plays or?
No,
anything?
never was bold enough to like go to a play or like try to be in a play. I never had it in me, but maybe I could have done well in it. I don't know. Never know.
You still could. You
I
could
still,
go there for an
I still
audition.
could. I still could. You go to Broadway.
You could. You could. It's never too late.
It's never too late.
I guess speaking of like, kind of past experiences, do you have any like funny stories growing up?
Oh, from like childhood? Okay,
Yeah.
I have like a lot of weird ones that are just like peculiar. So I guess I could. So I would hang out with my brother a lot and his friends, and they were older, and I was like, I don't know, 8th grade or maybe even like younger than that, probably like 6th grade, and they were like 10th grade, 11th grade. So I always tried to like fit in with them and like be like cool around them or whatever. So
Right.
I remember one time we went to this hill like near my house, and we were all on our bikes, and they were all riding down the hill, and then I wanted to do it. I was way younger, and it was like this big steep hill, and I got on my bike and I went all the way down, and like, I don't know if you've ever gone down a hill on a bike, but sometimes when you go so fast, the handlebars, you lose control and they start shaking.
Yeah.
Bro, and like my bike basically spun and I like flew off it. I banged my knee onto a rock, like shredded my whole knee. Bro, my brother had to carry me home, like for real. I don't know, I was a dumb kid. I just thought it would be cool to go down the hill that they were going down. And
For sure.
I learned my lesson, bro. That was the dumbest thing I ever did.
Have you ever been on a ripstick before?
Ripstick? What is that?
Yeah, do you know what okay, so if for the people that don't know, a ripstick is basically it's like a skateboard except it has 2 wheels, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you basically you push but not really you don't push, you kind of move your back foot and your hips, and it like makes you go forward.
Yeah.
It takes a lot of like balance and whatever. Me and my friends, we had a period of time for like 5 months where all we did was go outside and ride ripsticks.
Oh my
Just
Lord.
an absurd amount. And basically one day we decided, this isn't quick enough, we're not going fast enough. It's a similar story to yours. So we go to the top of this huge hill in our neighborhood that we've never gone down before because it was scary. And now ripsticks are a little harder to control because they only have 2 wheels. So that's a little bit of a problem, because if you get going too quick, the wheels are just gonna go out from under you and you will fall. But my friends got down this hill successfully, and then I'm coming last, and so I get on my ripstick, I push off, I go down this hill. I'm about halfway down, and I look down and I realize there's a speed bump.
Oh no.
And my friends they didn't go over the speed bump. They went like through the middle of the speed bump where there's no speed bump. It kind of splits in between the sides of the road. Yeah, well, I wasn't that smart.
Oh
I decided to
my
go
God.
full speed into the speed bump. I kid you not, I flew probably like a solid 10 feet and then landed on the pavement, and there's little rocks in the pavement and stuff. I scraped the whole side of my leg. I was bleeding
Bro.
down my entire leg. Dude,
Oh.
it was awful.
Yeah, I think everyone probably, or at least most people, have an experience like similar as a kid, just doing something dumb on like a bike or something, and just like
Yeah, I mean-
absolutely wiping out.
Kids are stupid. We do stupid things. We learn from it. That's how we get better.
I never dabbled with like skateboards or like ripsticks or whatever. Like I was like just like on a bike. Like all I ever did. I never went down to like that level. I don't know. I never even on a scooter. Really, I was just like a bike only. Everyone has these skateboarding stories, but I was never into it. Was it me?
I still dabble in skateboarding. Not necessarily skateboarding, more like cruising. I have a cruiser board, which is kind of like it's basically, it's not a longboard. It's the normal size of a skateboard, but it doesn't have the lip on both sides. It's like it only has a lip on one side, so you can press down or whatever. But it has like super nice bearings, so you just spin forever and ever and ever. And so I just hop on that sometimes, and I go skating around like my college campus or whatever. It's a good time.
I might get it. Like I would like to get into it. Honestly, it seems fun, like longboarding or something. It'd be
Yeah,
fun.
longboarding's cool. Cruising is cool. I mean, even just like skateboarding is cool. That just takes a lot more effort in learning how to do the tricks and stuff.
For sure.
But
One day I'll pick it up. Might have to. I've always been like about it. Not gonna lie. Like biking is a lot different than skateboarding, obviously. But it's like I think it's easier, and it's just like so much simpler. Like why I don't really. And you can also bike in the winter. It's not like in Canada. You're not Canadian. You wouldn't understand. You wouldn't understand the struggles of wintertime.
Yes, I would. I used to live in New York when we got like 6 feet of snow every winter.
It's the worst. It's the worst for real.
Yeah, snow's pretty awful. Snow at a glance is pretty nice, but then you're sitting there and you live in the snow, and then you can't go anywhere. You're stuck in your house.
It's the
you
worst.
Try to go play outside, but then it's too cold.
It's actually
you get wet. Your fingers hurt. Everything hurts when you're done.
Oh, that's the worst. You know those like mittens, and you like pick up the snow, and then your hands get wet after like a minute. Oh my.
Yeah. When I lived in New York, we had these gloves, and they on the packaging said like water resistant or whatever.
It's a lie.
And it was definitely a lie. My hands were soaking wet in like negative 14 degree weather. It was awful.
It's absolutely the worst. It's not ideal. Very much not ideal.
No, absolutely not.
Wait, there's a lot of responses on the Twitter thing we put up.
Oh, is there?
Yeah. Okay. Well, I guess I could start reading off some questions from people that watch.
Go for it.
All right. We have a question from Eden. They say, "What is your favorite time of the day?" Like very specific. I'm talking down to the minute, fellas.
Okay.
I don't know about down to the minute, but
do you have a minute you're interested in?
Specifically 7:41 p.m. on a Tuesday night.
Why 7:41 on a Tuesday night?
Just a vibe. Just the vibes. Immaculate vibes.
I'm a big fan of like any day. Like it doesn't matter what day it is. At 9:00 p.m. every day. It's my favorite time. That's when my night gets going.
Yeah, I agree. 9 p.m. is pretty good.
Because that means, the day is pretty much over. You can chill the rest of the night, do whatever you want to do.
True.
Watch YouTube,
so true.
Play games, whatever. It's just it's a nice time of night. Even if you have something the next day, you can still take that time to kind of just chill out.
I also like waking up really early. Like having like a 5 a.m. waking up and just having that early morning. Making some breakfast, kind of just vibing. That's also a vibe.
That's not for me. Not
really?
For me.
It's such a... I guess... Nah. I don't know. I'm a fan. Big fan.
I used to wake up early, and then I realized that sleeping in was better.
Yeah, sleeping in is... I can't wake up at 2 p.m. every day. It's just not...
Oh, no. I mean, sleeping in for me is like 10 p.m. or 10 a.m.
Yeah, that's fair.
Not too late.
That's fair. All right. I guess I'll just keep reading some questions off.
Yeah, go for it.
Cat Eclipse is wondering, how did we get into YouTube? Like, what got us into YouTube?
You want to go first? You want me to go first?
You go first.
Okay. So, YouTube was kind of something. I've been at YouTube pretty much since the beginning of content creation, sort of. So YouTube at first was kind of something new to the internet. No one really quite understood what it was or why you should do it. But as soon as gaming creators started to come out, that's when I got interested. Especially influences like the Yogscast.
True.
I don't know. Just the Yogscast mostly is what I watched as a kid. And I was like, man, I kind of want to do this. So I'm here on my grandma's old laptop, and I download Minecraft. I get her to buy it for me because I'm like 8 at the time, and and then I hop on. I totally legally downloaded a program called Fraps to record my screen.
Hey, oh my god, Fraps.
Yeah, that's a classic. And then I hopped on. I didn't have a microphone at the time, so I decided to make kind of a Herobrine skit type video, which is something I guess I've always been into because I made one of those recently as well.
Bro.
And I just posted it. I made a few friends off of it. People that saw it commented. And then ever since then, I've kind of just been playing with friends and posting videos. It's just something I've always enjoyed doing.
That's very progressive. Like, you had like a whole, like, over time, how it just progressed.
Oh, yeah. I mean, if you go on my channel, I have everything from CSGO to Minecraft to vlogs to, 2014 Bubbo Countdown. You never know.
That's crazy. I'm a big fan of 2014 Bubbo Countdown. I'm a big fan. That's a great video.
It's definitely one of the most cringy videos on my channel, but I also refuse to take down the cringe videos because I think they're way too funny.
They're so funny. You can't. It would be outrageous for you to remove it.
What about you? Because I would say you're fairly new to the whole YouTube game.
So actually, contrary to what you might think, so I guess I'll start from the beginning. Similar to you, except for it wasn't the Yogscast that got me into you. It was Ant Venom. Ant Venom got me into YouTube in like, I don't know, 2011 or something on my dad's computer. I would get home from school and like just go on like, I guess YouTube or whatever, and I saw like Hunt for the Golden Apple, and I was like, oh, that's cool. I knew of Minecraft. I wasn't super into it. But like I really got into gaming creators from watching Ant Venom do Hunt for the Golden Apple. I just thought it was so cool. I was like, I didn't know you could do such like. I never really considered Minecraft to be a game where you could do stuff like that. Where like I thought it was just like survival. But whenever I started seeing people do all this stuff in the game, that's when I was like, oh, like this is like great. I love this. I did Minecraft videos with my friends for like I don't know a couple years, like 2013 to 2014, and then I made my own channel in like 2015. And I made Pokemon videos. I just quit Minecraft, did Pokemon for like 3 years. And then 2018, I just closed down my channel. And then 2021, I opened it back up and I did Bubbler. So that's literally it. Just, I don't know. Mine's like less progressive. It's just like sporadic. Like I had random bursts of like, oh, I'm doing content. Oh, no, I'm not. Oh, yes, I am.
But I think you found what you like doing and kind of what was working. And now you are where you are.
This last year, pretty much, just 2021.
No, this last year has definitely been insane.
Very much
absolutely
so.
Insane.
Absolutely wild. It's
like my whole life has literally flipped upside down this year. I went from last year, scraping by in my real job to get by, and now I get to do this for a living, and then it's pretty insane. But I'm definitely happy to be where I'm at. I wouldn't see myself doing anything else. I've been working for this since I was like 8 years old, so it's a good feeling.
True. Put in the work, put in the hours, and take what's ours. On God. For real.
The Rock really knew what he was talking about.
He really did. It's crazy.
He really did.
Bubba, what is your favorite fruit?
Ooh, tough question.
I know. That's a tough one.
I'm a big fan of pineapple.
Really?
I'm a huge fan of pineapple. Pineapple is delicious.
Damn.
But it's pretty close with like strawberries though. Strawberries are solid.
That's a good one. That's a good one. Oh, I would agree on strawberries. I like mango and strawberries. That's like a
mango.
Watermelon too. Like it's basic, but like watermelon, you can't go wrong.
Watermelon is good. I kind of forgot about watermelon. But
watermelon
like some watermelons are kind of
Yeah.
They just don't really have a taste.
It's a time of the year thing.
Yeah, I really like when you get a watermelon in the summer and it's just sweet and juicy.
Oh, don't even. Oh my God, it's so good. It's so good.
Seedless watermelon hits different.
It's so good.
It is.
It hits absolutely different.
This question I see here kind of leads on with that question. Does pineapple belong on pizza?
Yeah, I would say yeah, for sure. I'm a firm believer.
I personally will say I've never tried it.
It's good.
However,
it's actually, okay.
I could see it being good.
I'm biased.
You kind of have sweet and savory mixing together.
Exactly.
Sounds kind of good.
I'm biased because like Hawaiian pizza, which is is the most common pizza to put pineapple on, is a Canadian thing. It's actually not even Hawaiian. It's a Canadian pizza, yeah. It's got like ham and pineapple. It's good. It's good. It's good. Okay, it's not my go-to.
Canada effect.
I don't go to some pizzeria like, hey, I want a Hawaiian pizza, but like, if I'm getting that, if my family wants it, I'll eat it. It's good. There's no issue with it. If you have an issue with it, you're weird. Okay?
I gotta give it a shot one of these days. But it's one of those things where like I don't want to personally buy it myself. I want it to be offered to me so I can try it first before I purchase a whole pizza.
Just order it. Literally order it right now.
Nah. I already ate out once today.
You gotta watch your carbs.
I can't do that. 2022 is the year of I'm gonna get strong and muscular. This is the year.
Gonna get slim thick.
I'm gonna get swole.
Swole. No shot.
Absolutely swole.
Oh my God.
Do you have any like resolutions this year?
I don't have any like specific resolutions. I just want to continue my channel, like, do well.
Just work on that, get it to where you want it to be.
Yeah, I got this whole last year of high school where I don't have to worry about like college, kind of. Like I might even take a gap year if I like. Obviously, I want to do.
Yeah, if it starts going well, for sure.
So I just got time. So yep.
I mean, hey, it works.
That's
I
weird.
mean, I would say like my resolution this year is somewhat similar. I mean, I already somewhat have achieved my goal, but I kind of want to expand on that goal. Do bigger, broader things. I mean, that's why I wanted to start this podcast. I want to do something a little different, as well as the Minecraft stuff. I kind of just want to, expand on what I've already done and just keep doing that and, grow and grow, hopefully, is the goal.
For real, yeah. That's great. That's a really good resolution.
Yeah, and it's definitely been a little bit of a struggle just because I'm still doing college and trying to do all this as well.
True. What's that been like?
It's honestly been tough because you have to get really good at time management, because I have to manage time for classes and homework, and then also I have my recordings, my friends' recordings, time for editing, thumbnail making. It's a very busy life. There's not a whole lot of downtime.
I think a lot of people, when they think of like YouTube, like what we do, they don't realize how much actually goes into it behind the scenes. Like, you guys only see on YouTube the finished product of everything. You don't see like the hours that goes into each recording and like the other stuff that we have to like push aside or whatever to get a video out. Like, it's actually a lot of grinding.
It really is.
I
would say
understand.
For me, I mean, a recording usually takes like 2 hours ish.
Mm-hmm.
Editing is another, 5+.
Yeah.
And just then you still have to make a thumbnail, which could take anywhere between like 30 minutes to an hour. All that kind of stuff. Plus, I mean, you have to worry about uploading it, figuring out what tags you're going to use in the video, what the title is going to be, the description, and all of that stuff does take time. I would say making one video probably takes about 12+ hours of work.
Yeah, that's a good. And it's even like, it's actually kind of wild because sometimes you put in more work into a video and it doesn't do as well as you were hoping. So it's like a lot of the time it's demotivating to be a YouTuber because you will put in so much work and then it won't be like as rewarding as you would have hoped. So it's like a lot of putting in work and just hoping it sticks and praying like, oh, is this?
And it's a lot of trial and error too. You kind of have to just figure out what seems to be working and then slowly move into a form of content that is going to perform well every single time. So like, I mean, YouTube gives you a bunch of graphs for every video on where people click in, where they click off, how long they're watching. So you can kind of gather that information together and put together a formula for what works for a video.
Yeah. A lot of trial and error.
I mean, it's a lot of that error, trial and error stuff is what makes people become good YouTubers and good content creators, because they just test what works and what doesn't, and they eventually come up with a formula. And that's why, as we said earlier, YouTube takes time. It's not going to happen overnight for anybody, really.
And I think what you're saying about finding a formula, it really shows if you look at someone that is doing well now. If you look at maybe like a couple months before they started doing well, you can see how much their content has like changed over time. Like, okay, I guess I could give myself for an example, because my older videos, like from just a couple months ago, are way different than what I'm posting now. Even if on the surface level they look the same, but the editing and like the music I use and everything, like from the smallest details, have changed entirely. It's just like the small things that you have to like change to adapt.
That'd be true for me too. I mean, if you go back and look, 5 months ago on my channel, it's going to be completely different than what everyone sees now. The pacing is different, the cuts are different, the music's different, everything is different, and it's just kind of figuring out what works and what doesn't.
I guess that's a good piece of advice that we just gave to anyone who wants to do content, is that
and honestly, if you do want to get into content, stop telling yourself, hey, it's not going to work out, or I don't have the equipment to do it, or whatever, because you can do it. You just have to do it. And you may not, pop off immediately, but it does take that time that we talked about, and you can do it in the future. You just have to work at it. I started with a laptop that could run Minecraft at like 4 FPS. I mean, it wasn't even it wasn't good, but I eventually, saved up, worked for it, and got what I needed, and now I'm here. I basically have my dream setup, dream computer. But you got to work your way up. You're not going to have all the equipment and stuff immediately, but the best way to start getting into content creation is to just do it. There's no other way. There's no good period to do it. You just have to do it.
I will say this. I had, in the end of 2020, I had just gotten a job at Walmart, and I had no computer to do videos on, or even like play Minecraft, really. I was using my brother's computer, and then he moved away. So for pretty much all of 2020, I was using a really bad computer that was like broken. And once I got a job at Walmart, I saved up my first 2 paychecks, and I bought my own computer, and then within a year from then, I was quitting my job at Walmart to do content full time because of how much it had paid off. So it's just a matter of do what you need to do to get started, keep doing it, whatever is fun for you, and you can make it work. I'm living proof. I literally did it in like under a year. It's
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. You just have to put in the effort for it. And a lot of people, I think, just, they post a video, get demotivated, and, start to do something different. But if you want it to work out, you do have to stick to it. I mean, that's every job, though. Every job has its ups and downs. And some days it's going to feel awful. And then other days it'll feel like the best day ever. And that's just any job.
That's, I guess, you listening right now. This is a sign for you. If you ever want to do videos, do it. Do it.
Just do it.
This is your motivation.
It's that easy. Just make it. You can do it. I believe in all of you out there.
Very much so. That was so inspirational. We just
It was. Let's move back into something.
Let's fade away from that.
Yeah, something a little less serious. Okay. So I don't know if this is a thing that every person experiences. I mean, probably not, but I think a lot of people can relate to this. So some things just never change. I'm out here in the garage helping my dad with something, and as a kid, whenever I was helping my dad, build something or work on a car or whatever, he'd make me hold the flashlight, right?
Oh, true.
And this is when I was 8 years old, whatever, and I'm here at my parents' house right now because of winter break from schools, but I'm going back soon. But I go out to help my dad work on my car because I was having some car troubles. And he comes up to me, he hands me a flashlight and says, "Can you hold this?" And I'm like, wow, I'm out here 21. This is 10 plus years later, and I'm still just the guy that has to hold the flashlight.
Yeah, it never changes.
Dude, it just never changes. It
never changes. I've experienced that. I think almost anyone who's had to have their parents work on something has been the flashlight holder. If you,
for sure.
If you've been the flashlight holder, let us know. Tweet at us or something. Just tell us.
If you've been the flashlight holder, rate us 5 stars.
True. And if you haven't, still rate us 5 stars.
Still rate us 5 stars.
Easy infinite 5-star glitch.
People are interested in how we met.
Oh, how we met? Oh my god.
Yeah.
I tell this story on stream. I've told it a couple times.
Yeah, I think you should be the one to tell this.
Okay, this is such an odd story too because it was so random. So, beginning of January, I guess it was mid-January of 2021. I saw a tweet on my timeline. It was Boostfer, and he was making an SMP. And I didn't even really know too much about him or anything. I didn't even have a channel yet. I had a channel, but I didn't even did videos. And I just posted a screenshot of me in Minecraft, and I was like, "Yo, let me in, chief," with the hashtag. And Bubbo liked my tweet. I think you retweeted it too or something. You liked it, and
did I?
I don't know, you did something. And I was like, "Damn, Bubbo, this guy knows Booster." I was like, "Oh my god, this is Bubbo." So I joined your Discord, and then I remember the Booster SMP ended, and I was like, "Okay, I'm making an SMP. Let's see if Bubba wants to join." So I messaged you, and I was like, "Hey." I think it was our first DMs on Discord. I think I scrolled up to it really recently. And I was like, "Yo, I'm making an SMP, you want to join?" And you were like, "Yeah, sure, I'm down." And then you played on it once and never got on again. So I think after that, it was a couple months we just didn't really talk. And then you made an SMP, and I joined it, and then we just started talking on that SMP. I think we VC'd at the end when the SMP was ending, once for a video. And then after that, you invited me to a recording, which I never actually ended up going to because you got a replacement for me. But we ended up just talking periodically, and then over time, we're in more videos together.
Yeah, I mean, I think since then we've talked every day.
Probably every day, yeah, realistically.
And then there was a second part to that of if we plan on meeting up.
Oh, that's a good question.
I would say, yeah, we do plan on it.
We do plan on it, yes, for sure.
But right now, just with COVID and everything, it's just been hard because especially like Canada, it's just closed.
Canada
It's just
is
closed
closed.
down. You just can't get there. I can't get there. Even if I did get there, there'd be a chance that I would not be able to get back.
Oh my god, imagine.
So I would rather wait until I can get there, safely and be able to return home. But we do plan to meet up eventually one of these days.
Yes, definitely. Whether it be in Canada or Florida or New York or whatever. At some point down the line.
Is there anything you would go back and change about, like, your career? Like, I guess YouTube. Like, if you could go back in time to when you started, would you change anything?
I would probably... Oh, I don't know. Probably not, actually. I kind of like how I started out. All my old stuff is still on there from when I started out, like last year.
Yeah.
I probably wouldn't
You did
change
pretty
anything,
well.
honestly. Like I streamed on my birthday. It was the first time I ever appeared as Bablu online. On 2021, I streamed. I had like 10 average viewers. My first ever stream was like my friends were in my chat. And yeah, it was just like no. From there, and I made videos. That was it. I wouldn't change anything. It was great start. But it's not like that for everyone, obviously.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
For most people, it would take more time than it took you.
very very much. I got very lucky and also had the bubble effect. We'll say
Yeah.
that.
A little bit of the Bubba effect. He's referring to the fact that, like, he met me and then blew up because he was in some of my videos. That's the effect he's talking about here.
The bubble effect. Everything Bubble touches does well. That's sure.
I don't know about that, but I do my best.
It's just no. You can't disprove it.
I guess not. Right now, at least. As for me, I definitely would change some things because I've been doing this for a long time now. If I could go back, I would tell myself to have more motivation to do things because I slacked a lot doing YouTube. I never really took it that seriously. It was just something kind of fun for me to do. But if I could go back, I would hop on more trends. I would consistently make videos because I always took months off just not making anything, and that kills your channel if you just don't do anything for months, especially if you don't already have a previous following. It makes it a lot harder. And so when I was coming up 1,000 2,000 subs, I would just stop and take a long period of time off, and I would just not do that because I could have taken that time to make more videos, hop on more trends, start growing a little bit more. And I think if I did that, I think I'd be a lot better off than I am now if I just kind of hopped on things when they arose.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, it's not a secret that if you look at either of our channels that we had taken like month-long breaks at points. There's just gaps between videos, and it's like, I guess like to answer, I would probably say the same because I have a lot of periods where I just took like a 3-month break. It's like, okay, well, that's interesting. So I guess more consistent when I started. I guess is something. Having been more confident to do new things.
Yeah, I mean that would make a huge difference. So as for this podcast, what are we gonna do in the future with it? Do you have any ideas?
Oh, so much. But we're gonna have guests. We're gonna have insane stories from both of us. We're gonna have. I broke.
we're gonna have we're gonna be talking about all types of different things.
So much stuff.
An example of a episode we're thinking about doing some conspiracy theories.
Ooh,
we can go
spooky.
into stuff like that. We can go into all that kind of stuff. Anything really. This is pretty much just a place where we can chill, talk. Just whatever we want. Open space to do whatever we feel like.
It's one thing about. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, go. You go.
I was just say one thing about YouTubers is that they love to talk, guys. They love to talk. So this is a place for us to just talk, and you guys will just listen. Is all.
It's also a good place like for people to kind of just get to know us as people and not. This is a good way for people to see who's behind the video.
Yeah, you guys literally only see us like for 10 minutes of us talking, or like 20 minutes for like cut up footage. Like this is pretty much raw footage for the most part.
Yeah, I mean a little bit of editing here and there, but
just a little bit.
but it's still us. This is just us being us, not the realest us you will see.
Very true.
But yeah, we have tons of plans for this in the future. If you have anybody that you want to see on the podcast as a guest, you can head to our Twitter at what is it? What even is it?
The Unstable Cast on Twitter.
At the Unstable Cast on Twitter. It'll also
them.
be in the bio of this episode.
At your favorite creators and tell them to get on, and we will try our best to make it happen.
Yeah, we'll try to get anybody. We have a little bit of leverage, so we can try to get some bigger people, smaller people, whoever you want to see us talk to. Just let us know.
Obama and Dream on the next episode. Don't miss it.
Oh yeah, we're gonna get Obama. Obama's gonna be on the podcast. Dream's gonna be on the podcast at the same time.
Both of them. We're gonna rap battle.
The Obama Dream episode. Epic rap battles at history. Obama versus Dream.
That'd be great. Let's make it happen.
Let's do it. But I think that's gonna pretty much, end it on this episode. Do you have anything else you wanted to say?
No, other than just check out both of our socials. Everything should be linked on the Twitter page. You should see our accounts. So, check us out. We'll be doing this every week.
Every single week on every Tuesday.
Every Tuesday.
This podcast will be live. So
I don't know what time.
Follow the podcast. Rate 5 stars. All that kind of good stuff. My dog is going off in the background.
It's telling me to end it. So that's the sign. Nature.
That's the sign to end. So thank you everyone for listening. We hope you enjoyed and hope to see you next week, next
Very
Tuesday,
much so.
for the second episode, where we may or may not have a guest. And so thanks for listening.
Bye.
Well, later.